don't have much words to say, but like Ethan, like, it's a very special player. It's nice to play with. You know, if the team's down and out, you always can count on him to do something. And then I think him letting us go forward and actually helping the team forward kind of gives people like me and the other guys the opportunity to like to just express ourselves, because you know Ethan's gonna do something, so we can just go on top of that and just work ourselves through.
Yeah. How do you feel about your performances this week?
It's been good. First day, I was kind of shaky, kind of nervous. You know, my first time playing in the Premier League, but sort of that, I kind of like develop confidence and going forward. You know, the game against Bulls really helped me to get my confidence back, and then today I was just able to just go out there and just do my thing.
Do you have any expectations of making SA schools this year?
Oh yes, definitely. Hopefully I can make SA schools. And
do you think you'll be the starting 15?
You know, I think it might be above me, but it's fine. I'll take it on the chin and work harder for next year.
In the heart of Bloemfontein, under the wide Free State sky, there lived a boy named LAMLA MGEDEZI. From the outside, LAMLA looked like any other youngster. He was small for his age, his school shoes often dusty from running across fields, and his school bag always heavy with books. But inside him burned a fire, a quiet determination that made his story different. LAMLA lived with his family in a modest home not far from town. His father, Mr. MGEDEZI, was a strict but loving man who worked long hours as a clerk at the municipality. He believed in discipline and always told LAMLA, a man must keep his word, and a boy must build his future with hard work. His mother, Mama Thembika, was gentle and kind. She woke up before dawn to cook porridge for LAMLA and his little sister, Zinel, before they left for school. She often said, "My son, you may not be the biggest, but if you respect yourself and others, you will grow taller in the hearts of people." At home, LAMLA helped with chores. He swept the small yard, carried water when needed, and sometimes helped his mother with groceries. In the evenings, after supper, the family would sit together. His father read the newspaper, his mother knitted, and LAMLA would do his homework at the table while Zinel colored in her books. Though their life was not filled with riches, it was filled with love and lessons. When LAMLA earned a place at Grey College, his family was proud. It was not easy to get into such a school, especially for a boy without famous connections or wealthy parents. His father said on the first day as they walked through the tall gates of Grey, "Son, these walls carry history. Do not forget who you are when you walk inside them. Work hard. Stay humble. Respect yourself." LAMLA nodded, his eyes wide at the sight of the grand old buildings, the green rugby field stretching far, and the boys in neat gray blazers walking confidently. At first, life at Grey felt overwhelming. The classes were fast, the teachers demanding, and many boys came from wealthy families. Some had cars dropping them off every morning, while LAMLA walked part of the way and took a taxi the rest. But he never complained. He carried his books carefully and listened more than he spoke. In the classroom, LAMLA shone quietly. In mathematics, he loved solving puzzles, often staying behind after class to ask the teacher, "Sir, can you please explain that again?" In English, his essays were neat, full of imagination. His teacher once read his story aloud to the class, and though LAMLA felt shy, he sat straighter that day. In science, he was careful in experiments, writing every step in his workbook. Slowly, teachers began to notice him, not as the loudest, but as one of the most consistent learners. Outside class, however, things were harder. Grey College was famous for its rugby. The walls of the school displayed photographs of great teams, of boys who had gone on to become Springboks. On the fields, tall and strong boys ran like warriors, their boots pounding the ground. LAMLA would stand on the side, his heart racing, wondering if he belonged there at all. When the rugby trials list went up, the boys rushed to write their names. Sifo, a tall and strong boy, laughed when he saw LAMLA standing nearby. "You? Rugby? You'll be crushed like a twig," Sifo teased. The others laughed and LAMLA felt his cheeks burn. But deep inside, he knew he could not let fear decide for him. He stepped forward, picked up the pen and wrote his name. That night, back at home, he told his mother, "Mama, I put my name for rugby." She looked at him, surprised, then smiled gently. "LAMLA, do not fear hard work. Even if people laugh, you must run your own race. Remember, lions are not judged by size, but by courage." His father, overhearing, nodded slowly. "If you start something, finish it. That is all I ask." The next day, the trials began. The sun beat down on the field. Boys tackled, ran, and shouted. When LAMLA got the ball, he was knocked down hard. Dust filled his mouth. His knees ached. Some boys laughed. But each time he fell, he stood again and again. The coach, standing at the side, watched closely. "That boy is small," he said quietly to his assistant. "But he has something others don't. he doesn't give up. When practice ended, most boys ran to shower. But LAMLA stayed behind. He picked up the ball and ran from one try line to the other, again and again, until sweat poured down his face. Later, at home, instead of resting, he did push-ups in his small bedroom, sit-ups on the thin carpet, and even ran around the block. His little sister laughed, "You look funny when you do that, LAMLA." But he only smiled and said, "One day you will see why." This became his routine. At dawn, while the town was still quiet, LAMLA stretched, ran, and trained. At school, he listened carefully in class, then headed straight to the field after lessons. In the evenings after homework, he worked out again. His body grew stronger, his legs faster, and his heart braver. Over time, his classmates began to respect him. They saw that while others gave up when things were hard, LAMLA always pushed on. Teachers admired his discipline. Some even said, "LAMLA, you are a true gray boy." One evening, as LAMLA trained alone, an older boy approached. It was Tabo Kumalo, Gray's star fly half. Everyone admired him. He tossed LAMLA the ball and said, "You remind me of myself. People once told me I was too small. But rugby is not about size alone. It is about speed, brains, and courage. Come, I'll teach you." From then, Tabo became LAMLA's secret mentor. They trained together after dark, under the hostile lights. Tabo taught him how to dodge faster, how to read the game, and how to think 2 steps ahead. "Remember, LAMLA," Tabo said one night, "if you fight with courage, your whole team will feel it. Courage spreads like fire." Months later came the big match, Grey College against Paul Roos. The stands were packed. The crowd cheered loudly. LAMLA sat on the bench, nervous, his heart thumping like a drum. The game was tough and Grey was losing. Then one of Grey's wings was injured. The coach turned to the bench and pointed. You're in." LAMLA's legs shook. The whistle blew. The ball came his way. A huge Paul Roos player charged at him. For a moment, fear rose. But he remembered his training, his family's words, Tabo's advice. He ran. Left, right, faster than ever. One defender missed him. Then another. The crowd gasped. He was flying. The try line was ahead. He dived. The referee shouted, "Try." The stadium erupted. Grey College had scored. Minutes later, they won the game. The crowd cheered LAMLA's name. His teammates lifted him onto their shoulders. Even Saifo shouted, "You proved us wrong, LAMLA." That night, when LAMLA went home, his mother hugged him tight. "You see, my son? Lions are not judged by size, but by courage." His father simply nodded with pride. "You started. You finished. Well done." From then on, LAMLA's story spread. At school, he became respected not only for rugby, but also for his marks, his discipline, and his character. Teachers used his name as an example. Younger boys whispered, "That's LAMLA. He never gives up." And so, the tale of LAMLA MGEDEZI grew, told again and again at Grey College and at home in Bloemfontein. His life became a lesson that greatness is not about size, money, or fame. It is about courage, hard work, and heart. If you walk the grey fields at sunset, some say you can almost hear the echo of that crowd and see a small boy with a big heart, running faster than anyone believed he could.